For 2 straight years, I was maintaining 104 pounds, very lean, very shredded, all year round. However, after I competed in my first bodybuilding competition, I realized I had a very low energy and it was time for a change. 6 months ago, I decided to go on my first ever lean bulking journey. I gained 10 pounds of lean muscle mass, and in this video, I'm gonna be showing you all the workout and nutrition tips that I did inside and outside of the gym that helped me gain muscle and not as much fat. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
So I'm going to share my workout tips while I show what my quad and glute day has looked like over this bulking journey. And then I'm going to go into the nutrition tips afterwards. So stick around for that. So for my leg days, I always start with some form of squat. Today I did leg press. I also really enjoy back squats. I think starting your workout with a heavy compound lift is essential. So this squat movement is very compounded through the entire leg. And then I will do 4 sets here. So key tip 1, variation. A key tip to not get bored of your workouts is to have variation of exercises. So for example, single leg, barbell, cable, dumbbell, or machine. And then after the leg press, I will go into hip thrusts. I did 4 sets of hip thrusts. And I forgot how nice the Smith machine is. Another variation, Smith machine, barbell. But Smith machine is great for glute connection. So for tip number 2, I actually do the same split. I just train differently when I'm on a cut or a bulk. So I will train glutes 3 times a week and upper body 3 times a week. And this split has not changed. I just train with a different intention. So don't just do 4 sets. Be intentional. Act as if it's your last set. Push super hard. Don't let your mind quit on you. You need to push hard. The nutrition part is actually what changes the most from cutting to bulking phase, but I'll get into that later. All right, so progressive overload, y'all. This is where your muscles work harder than what they're used to. This is what you need to be doing in a bulk. Then if you do progressive overload, your muscles will grow if you tear them each workout. So most people go about this as increasing the weight they use in exercises, and this is a great way. And if you're doing this, write down the weight you use and increase it the next week, and then you can keep increasing it as the weeks go on. And now I'm doing step-ups. This is such a great exercise for targeting the outer and upper glute. Do not sleep on these. I absolutely love them with the cable machine. So what I've been doing for my progressive overloading is actually reducing the weight and increasing time under tension. And this has been game changer for me. When you think like you've lifted so much that you don't want to hurt yourself from progressive overload, I think the time under tension way of progressive overload is great. It makes it so much more that you can incorporate mind-muscle connection and really control the negative part of the exercise. And the more time your glutes are under tension, the bigger they'll grow. And then I am doing kickbacks. Here I used the machine, but I also love using the cables. All right, and then I went into leg extensions, and I find that this is the most effective quad exercise for me. I am really able to isolate the muscles. So this is also key tip, isolation exercises. You do these exercises to target the body part you are pushing and working to build. It's important to do this after your heavy compound lifts. It's key to structure your workouts routines this way so you can expend the most energy on your heavier compound lifts and then go into your isolation exercises. So like I did heavy squats, hip thrusts, and RDLs, and then I went into isolated step-ups, kickbacks, quad extensions, and now here hip abductors. And I love doing it standing, as I was just showing. I feel like you can target the glute much more this way. And then I go into a seated leaning forward set and then a leaning back set. This is the last exercise, so now I'm going to be going into the nutrition section.
All right, so now that I have done the workout tips, I'm going to be doing nutrition tips. And these are going to be my 5 nutrition tips that have helped me on my lean bulking journey. 1, I started eating before my lifts. I was eating oats before my lifts, and it gave me so much more energy to push harder, go longer, not get actually dizzy and feel like I'm gonna like fall over. Eat before your list. In this way too, you can get your calories in much easier if you start earlier in the day. Tip number 2, have a routine on when you're going to be eating throughout the day. This has been so helpful for me. So when you structure when you're gonna eat throughout your day with putting your workouts in place and all the things that you're gonna do throughout the day, like if you have class, if you have work, if you structure when you are going to eat during the day, it makes your body adapt so much better. You have so much more energy throughout the day. You're able to hit your calories because you know when you're gonna eat. And it makes your body absorb the food and use it as energy much more, I think. I feel like once I started actually having a set times that I was eating throughout the day, my body knew what to expect and it knew when more energy was coming. And it's kind of crazy to think like, if you're actually like continuously eating, you're gonna continuously have more energy. Like, wow, right? But like, instead of just saving all my calories for the end of the day and actually eating throughout the day, I'm able to like do so much more and be more active throughout the day, which helps burn more calories and helps you just have much more brain clarity. Tip number 3, you need to be in a calorie surplus. To be in a lean bulk, you need to be eating more than you are burning or consuming more than you are burning. That means you need to up your calories. But to do it in a lean bulking way, to gain more muscle and not as much fat, it needs to be in a slight surplus. Having a slight surplus in doing weightlifting and resistance training is gonna be optimal for that lean muscle mass and muscle growth. Don't do a dirty bulk, which means just eating whatever you want, eating pizza, burgers, just to get more calories and say you're on a bulk. No, this is not gonna help you gain just muscle and not as much fat. You need to be eating more whole foods, which goes into tip number 4. This is the 80-20 diet that I have been on with my lean bulking journey, and I think it has been so helpful. That means 80% of your food is gonna be whole foods, such as cottage cheese, turkey, ground beef, vegetables, all of the good healthy foods. And then 20% is gonna be processed foods, such as protein bars, protein cereals, and packaged foods. This way you can have a diet that allows you to still eat the treats that you like and still be gaining more muscle than fat while you're bulking, because you don't need to have a completely healthy whole foods diet while you're bulking. You can also have those sweet treats. So by doing it this way, you know you're gonna hit your goals while still letting yourself eat the foods that you love, because it is really all about balance. Sticking to this diet has been super helpful because you can choose the processed foods that you want to eat to make sure your macros hit, which goes into tip number 5, to make sure your macros are aligning. Tracking your macros is key. I do this when I'm cutting and bulking, but especially when I'm bulking, because 1, having the 80-20 diet while you're tracking your macros allows you to understand what is the 20% of foods that you can eat that will still make you hit your macros, which are your protein, your fats, and your carbs. So you can understand what amount of whole foods you need to be eating throughout the day and processed foods and hit your goals. Also, it's gonna take time to see lean muscle mass be put on your body. It is hard to gain muscle. So having a tracking app of your food is really helpful if you like to see little progress each day. Because when you hit your goals of protein and calories and all your macros each day, it gives you a sense of feeling of wanting to continue and feeling like you're working towards something and it's going to pay off. Also, if you're someone who needs a little bit of motivation to stay more consistent with your food choices, or even hitting your calories, because you have to be eating much more calories than you think you need then this is a very good way to make sure you're hitting your calories so your muscles are actually able to be fueled and grow from your workouts. Also, I just think tracking your macros is great to just learn a little bit more about nutrition and what you're putting into your body, because you can do as much workouts as you want, push yourself in the gym as hard as you want, but if you're not eating the right nutrition and you're not eating enough, then your progress is going to be much slower and you are leaving gains on the table. So I hope you found all these workout and nutrition tips super helpful, and if you did, then make sure to follow Instagram at Sabrina Strong, because I post daily workouts, exercises, recipes, tips, all there, and so you can stay in the know every single day. I hope that you guys found these tips super helpful in starting your lean bulking journey, because going on my lean bulking journey was probably the best decisions I've made in my fitness journey. It gives you so much more energy, so much more power to put into your lifts. You can fuel your body, and I hope that these tips will help you in pursuing this journey. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video and I can see your beautiful face again. Have a great one. Bye.